Hey friends, I hope you are all doing great. It is Tuesday, June 25th, and I wanted to jump on and do a setup of my pages for this week in my Planner Perfect B6 monthly book. I do apologize. I really meant to get this done over the weekend, and I am behind. I didn't get my journaling in yesterday, and it's just been a crazy weekend. So I wanted to go ahead and jump on and do this today. If that is something that would interest you, just to plan along with me, maybe set up some pages of your own, grab a cup of coffee, that will be wonderful. If you're new here, my name is Lisa. This channel is really dedicated to all things planner, stationery, and a little garden and family chit chat. So if that interests you and you do enjoy the videos, I hope you will subscribe. And for those that are already subscribed and coming back, thank you so much. I appreciate you for supporting the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. This is the last week in the June 2024 book, so the 24th through the 30th. I'm going to go ahead and set up these pages. Go ahead and set. I am using right now this cover, which is Jaja in the Everyday Organized. I also have, if you're new here, I also have a 2024 12-month book, and then I have a lined journal back here. And I have from Odd Girl Journals on Etsy, I have this Traveler's Notebook insert, which I keep a devotional, some stickers, things like that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put that aside. I picked out some washies, and I'm a little bit up in the air how I'm going to use them with some florals. So it's these grid washies I got, I think, on Amazon. And then this, which is one of my favorites, is a striped. And I want to say, oh, I don't know where I got that. It could be Hobby Lobby. If I ever see it again, I will buy another, but it's one of my favorites. It's just such a medium gray and white stripe. It just goes with everything. So yeah, I'm going to set these down and, whoops. See what we're gonna do here. I did pull out a bunch of my florals. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use yet, but so yeah, I'm just gonna pop some washi down on the weekly. Let's see, I was thinking maybe some of the blue, which would be pretty with that. So I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. We did. It was just very busy. Yeah, just a busy time. And yesterday I went to the doctor with my mom. She got her final cast on her arm. So everything is looking good, and so we're thankful for that. I'm just going to kind of rip this. Hopefully I won't mess it up too much here. It's just a little bit thick, I feel like, for page. Let's see. Yeah, so it looked good. The x-ray looked good. We were a little bit shocked at the length of the incision. It was longer than the doctor led us to believe it would be, but you know, things happen. They had to put a plate in her wrist, so you know, when that happens, you just never know what you're going to have to deal with. So, but the incision, it looked good, healing well, in my opinion. So I was thankful for that. 3 weeks in that cast, and then a bandage and some therapy. So yeah, but I appreciate all your kind words and the comments for Mom. Thank you so much. Okay, so that kind of, I don't know, that looks a little bit more purpley, I think, than maybe I was thinking it was going to be. Where did I just pull this off of? See if I can pull this off. Let's just get rid of that. Something with maybe more blue in it. Or maybe just separated. No rain, no flowers. Well, I do have flowers because I've been watering like a mad woman. Because we have had no rain here in a couple weeks in Southeast Tennessee. Yeah, we've had no rain. So it's kind of been full on, you know, watering of the garden and all the flowers and stuff. It's been busy to do that. See, which other one do I want to put here? One thing I did want to chat with you guys about is the tradition that has been going on in the planner community for a very long time, which is One Book July. I don't think I've ever participated necessarily, and obviously certainly not since I've had my channel, because my channel is only goes back to December. But I've just been watching some videos, and I'm curious how many people are going to participate in One Book July and what you're going to do. I'm a fan of if it isn't broke, don't fix it. But I'm also a planner hopper, as you all know, and many of you are as well, unashamedly, and I appreciate that. But so yeah, I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts are this year for One Book July. We're only 5 days away or 6 days away from July 1st. So I'm curious if anybody has thought about it, if anybody has a plan to kind of participate in that One Book July challenge. And if so, what you're going to do. Leave me a comment below if you're going to participate and what that's going to look like for you. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm basically, I guess I'm in 2 books right now. I am in my my rings, and I am in this B6 Planner Perfect, for journaling. So I don't really know that I'm going to change anything, just because my system is already pretty simple as it is. So I'm not sure that it would really make sense for me at this point to change it. Now I have to tell you, and I think I mentioned this in my last video, something that I've been kind of binge watching. No, I wouldn't say binge watching, honestly. I would say I have been watching quite a few, not total binge watching though, videos on bullet journaling. And I mentioned I had done a bullet journal last year for a period of time, maybe 2 months worth last year. I did a bullet journal, and it was fun. I loved the creativity aspect of bullet journaling. Not that I don't have creativity in my system now, because obviously I'm doing, you know, these journal pages. And I'm enjoying that for sure. But to do a full-on bullet journal, my only problem is this. In my rings, I have things like my health inserts, all of my doctor's appointments, all of those things. I have my insert for our small business that I keep ongoing, a 5-year insert for all my responsibilities for, you know, our small business. My tracker, that's an easy one because you can put that in your bullet journal really easily for a weekly tracker. I mean, you could even paste down your weekly tracker. A lot of people will paste down, you know, inserts, one-sided inserts in a bullet journal, that because they don't want to draw things out, which I'm probably not a fan of drawing things out myself. A lot of people do. They do a great job and they look very nice. That's just not my thing. Some things, yes, but actual like trackers, monthly calendar, week on 2 pages, no. But when it comes to like my running task list for the week, my brain dump, my dailies, those I would all create myself, and it would be more of a bullet journal style. So I'm obviously been considering this for July, and I know that I'm going to be, I don't know, I guess, thinking about that, pondering a little bit more over the next couple days. I do have a few options for a bullet journal. I do have this Leuchtturm 1917 A5 that I picked up at Home Goods I think it was last year. And this is a dot grid. I also have, let's see. I also have a Cafe Notes lined, which is a B6 Slim. And then I also have the Salogy 365. So, I don't know. I do have options. I'm not sure. So you guys tell me what you think as far as bullet journaling. And I'm just curious if that is something I want to consider. I'm so used to the, you know, flipping through my rings and my sections and everything just kind of being organized that way. It's kind of the way my brain tends to work. But I absolutely love the creative side of a bullet journal. Maybe that's why I just kind of set up this separate journal. I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you think. I'm not afraid of diving into something new or different. You know, obviously, I'm always kind of showing you guys, you know, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, something different. But I don't know. I can't decide what I want to do as far as that goes. And, you know, there's a lot of great ideas. And I've been watching, and probably many of you are familiar with her, Planning with Kay, K-A-Y, which is different, I believe, than Planning with Kay with just the letter K. I've been watching, she does all bullet journaling. She does full monthly kits that you can get in her Patreon. You can sign up at different levels of Patreon to get lots of her kits, and some really beautiful things. And she does a lot of videos on the setup of her bullet journals, and lots of great ideas for those who are maybe just starting out or diving into the prospect of bullet journaling. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if that's something that I want to consider diving into or not. I don't know. Probably if I did, it would be the B6 size because I have lots of B6 covers. And that would probably just be more practical. It's pretty. I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you think. I know there's so many different things out there, but the bullet journal always seems to kind of catch my eye a little bit. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to do sideways again. I do enjoy the B6 size. And not only that, as far as covers go, I do have B6, you know, like you can use like folios or traveler's notebooks, what have you. But also, if you have a personal rings planner, you know, personal rings planners, when you remove the rings, they fit B6 bound books. So, you know, keep that in mind as well. But that's always a nice option. You know, just to pop a B6 book into. So yeah, I've been kind of binging lots of videos on bullet journaling, and I don't know. It's pretty. So this little leaf that looked really pretty. I guess I'm just looking for some more creativity in my life. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know, friends. And I guess, you know, this, I'm getting a lot of creativity from, don't get me wrong, it's very similar. I'm just looking like if it were something that would house everything. So should I try more creativity in my rings planner, in my dailies, to where everything is all in one place? You know, Monday, let's see. I don't know, my friends. I don't know. But I am open for suggestions. Let's see here. I'm really kind of liking it on the side, so I'm just going to continue with that. Especially with this stripe. Hopefully I'm not out of frame. I'm really trying to do better at that. So I have been enjoying the last few days the setup of my rings, which if you watched my last video, you know I switched back to Franklin Covey compact size inserts, and I'm very glad that I did. I am very glad that I did that. It's been working out well. Let me see, do I want to switch to this one? Ooh, that would be pretty with the gray. This one is also another Hobby Lobby Paper Studio floral sticker pack. This one was the bright floral. I think this is really pretty. Kind of more of a fall color flower, but we're gonna go with it anyway. I don't even know. I know, I think it was Carrie Harling that was big on the One Book July, and maybe, I don't even know who founded One Book July, honestly. I'm not all that familiar with it. And I think it's a really interesting concept, kind of midway point throughout the year to reevaluate, downsize to one book for the month of July, reevaluate what's working for you, and so forth. You know, I think that's a pretty neat idea, especially if you're struggling with your setup, with your system. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I wouldn't say I'm struggling with my system, honestly. I would not say that at all. I just love all the things. And if there's something I want to try, I will pretty much figure out a way to incorporate it. Try something just slightly different. You know, I'll try to figure out a way that I could maybe incorporate it into my system. I mean, let's face it, I mean, I will have a year of record, and I will most likely keep that year of record from my Planner Perfect B6 12-month book, because that is only the monthly. So every appointment, you know, every event, everything will be documented there. Everything else will be archived, but that will be my main year of record. So whatever I do in addition is not really going to change that. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to change my year of record. I don't know if I'll ever have a year where I stay in only one thing. It would have to be a pretty miraculous setup for me to not have the urge to jump into something different, honestly. I don't know why it is, but us planner girls, that's what we do. That is just what we do. One thing about these stickers is when they're down, they're down. You're not really going to be able to pull that up if you want to reposition. Just FYI. If you're not familiar with these sticker books from Hobby Lobby. When they're down, they're down. I feel like summer is a busy time, but come fall, when garden season is over and whatnot, I'm going to have more time, and I could actually, you know, really have more time for bullet journaling if I wanted to. All right, let me just double check these dates. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so the end of the book actually has enough for Saturday and Sunday to have 2 pages each, so that's good. Pardon me, what colors have I not used yet that I would like to use? Let's see here. Let me go back. I had some sunflowers that were in here, and I think that would be pretty. I'm going to do that for this day. Some of my sunflower plants are doing really well, and some of them are not doing well at all. Something got a hold of them, and laid eggs and just made a mess of a couple of my teddy bear sunflowers. So super bummed out about that. I'm not overly familiar with the care of sunflowers. To be honest with you, I've looked in to see like what can I do to maybe preserve or save them. I'm not having great luck in the things I've been seeing. If anybody knows anything about sunflowers and caring for them, I'm all ears. I do kind of like this splitting the washi tape in half. Doesn't take up as much space in the page. We all know how important real estate is on a planner page. Okay, so let's grab some of these sunflowers. I'm going to put that one up there. I am, though, really curious about you guys' thoughts for One Book July. It's coming up quick, and as much as I have been thinking about it, I've done nothing as far as the bullet journal. I'm thinking, well, I mean, I kind of already bullet journal in my rings. Isn't that kind of... No, I guess it's not really the same thing. It's not really the same thing. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck in my thoughts the last couple days, to be honest with you. A little bit stuck in my thoughts, to be honest. Wanted to use, excuse me, something light for the those stickers. Okay. I wanted to use the ones on this page. That, and that is very pretty. And we'll go ahead and use this one up here. Let's see if I'm hanging off a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that is empty. Get rid of that. Get rid of all these little washi snippets. I had snippets of washi stuck to my clothes when I went downstairs the other day after I was setting up my pages. Like, oh, what's that? Washi tape. All right, so let's put down our day stickers. Make sure, so we've got really been enjoying these. I've used them in multiple planners this year, honestly, and they've worked well no matter where I've used them. These little stickers from Amazon. My custom cover should be shipping this week. I'm waiting for a notification, and I can't wait to do an unboxing. I don't do unboxings often. But this I thought would be a fun one to do. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was thinking, just kind of picking up where I was chatting about One Book July, and I know that today I'm kind of like a little bit all over the place in my chit chat, but I was thinking, you know, like for my rings, I just can't imagine that I would not have rings in my system all the time, no matter what else I might be in. Just like I've had it, you know, when I was using my my paper test designs, how I am in it when I was actually planning in my Planner Perfect book before I just went to using it as a journal. You know, you have your resources. So let me just grab, let me see if there's anything I've got to cover in that. Did a little bit of drawing last night in my rings only because I didn't have my journal set up yet. But, you know, in here, if I were to just do this for One Book July, just my rings alone, and I have my day on 2 pages, I could use this side page, which is your, lined for my morning thoughts and my journaling. So it could serve two purposes: my planning for the day, tasks, etc., my meal, my meals, and then just use this side for my morning thoughts and my journal. The only thing with that is this goes with me everywhere. So that, not necessarily the problem, would not be the first time. I was trying to get away from that a little bit, but if I did a bullet journal, it would all be in there anyway. So, and then of course I have my tracker in here. I mean, everything that I need all the time really is in these rings. My entire system, and it's so easily changed with sections. And I love the thought of a bullet journal, but I just don't know that I would be able to stick with it. And I don't really want to start a whole different book again. I'm pondering that. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you are bullet journaling, if you use 2 systems or 3 systems, or 3 books are in your system, 3 planners in your system, I'm just curious. I'm just curious what you all think. And yeah, I mean, I so enjoy the Rings planner, especially now that I've gone back to the Franklin Covey Compact. It's like, oh my gosh, I love it. Franklin Covey Compact, the width is the same as an A6, it's just taller. And I love the A6 size planner, but I like having that extra space that the Franklin Covey Compact provides. So I don't know, you guys. Once again, I'm just kind of up in the air with One Book July around the corner. So we'll see. So back to my Planner Perfect book. I am going to go back. Last week I used the weekly view for a scripture of the day, and I pulled that from my daily devotions and I wrote it in here. And so I've enjoyed doing that. In fact, I need to take this little page flag and go ahead and pop it in here. Yeah, so those are pretty. I really do like these graph washies. I've got them on Amazon in a set, so you can find them on there. And I was going to say something else too, which I will mention in my next personal rings video also, because not everybody who watches my channel watches the Planner Perfect setup. I am going to start trying to link the inserts and the different things that I talk about on my channel. I know a lot of people appreciate that. I've never done that up until this point. I'm going to try to do it. I think there was a couple hoops I had to jump through before I could actually link anything. So I'm going to attempt that on my next video. And if it works out well and it's not too much hassle, then I will, then I will try to link the inserts that I use or the company's websites that I talk about. Now, in the interim, if you're ever watching one of my videos that do not have links in it, you're always welcome to ask me where something is from, or if I have a link, because if it's in my Etsy purchases, it's easy for me to grab a link for someone. So never hesitate to ask for that. So this is my Monday, which I'm going to go back and I'm going to be journaling from yesterday. Then here is today, Wednesday. I really like these washi tapes, especially this gray and white stripe. It's my favorite washi, I think, as plain as it is. Maybe that's why it's my favorite, because it's very plain and can go with anything. I don't know. Yeah, and I enjoyed cutting that washi down. It just kind of, I don't know, streamlined the edges of the paper a little bit to me. And I like at the end of the book that I have 2 pages for Saturday and Sunday. That's another thing when you bullet journal. You can over plan for how many pages you would want for a daily or for journaling or for your faith section or your brained up section. And if there is ever more pages than what you actually needed for that day, you could put down, you could print out some beautiful pictures or quotes from Pinterest and just fill up the page if you don't want empty pages. You can always fill up those empty pages, but bullet journaling, you have that so much freedom to just use as much space as you want for any given section. So that, again, that is something that is really intriguing to me about bullet journaling. Another thing that you could do if you were to bullet journal is you could use a small little book like this, or even, let's see, one of these little A6 size notebooks. I have lots of these little A6 size notebooks that if you were in a traveler's notebook, or if you were just in a folio, ideally they always have extra pockets that you could slide these into. So if you wanted to do your health history, to have just a copy of that in a small notebook, so you could transfer it from one book to the other, or one cover to another. That is one way that you could kind of remedy the issue of, well, everything's already in my rings planner and I would have to copy everything over. And what if a bullet journal only lasts me 2 months or 3 months or 1 month, depending on the number of pages? If you had it in a little small book, you could just pop it into the, like a pocket or a back pocket, or even you could pop it into one of these little traveler's notebook inserts with the zipper. You could put it in there. There are other options, to have all the information that you want, and you could just move it. It wouldn't matter how many months last you in a bullet journal, because this is something that's gonna travel with you no matter what cover you're in or what bullet journal number you might be in for the year. So that is something to consider also. That just kind of popped into my mind. Certainly not a new concept. I've seen others do it, and I just kind of remembered that. Also, if you do, like for instance, if I did, a B6, I already have my 12-month book in the B6. So I could actually use a full yearsology in here. If I wanted a bullet journal to last me more than 1 month, such as like a smaller, notebook from Planner Perfect, if I wanted it to last me, say 2 months or 3 months, depending on if I used a full year or a half yearsology, all of that could fit into this one cover. If you were to remove the rings from a personal rings planner to use it as a folio, you could still pop one of these in there because they all have back pockets. So you could actually have all that information with you. And if I'm not mistaken, I would have to look through my drawer of all these, my little notebooks inserts. I want to say at one time, and it might have been last year when I did that bullet journal for a couple months, that I had all of my health information into a small book. I'll have to look through my stuff, and I may have already done that, where I could just update it and pop it into a book if I decided to do that. My new cover is a personal ring size, but the rings are easily removable, that I could just make it into a folio. So I kind of, I'm glad that I chose the particular one I did. In the event that I decide to go bullet journal, I know that I would be able to house everything that I wanted. So you guys, I'm just kind of rambling my thoughts that are in my mind right now. I'm just kind of rambling on, what I think I might consider doing for July, and maybe even would be a good idea, is just to use a single notebook that would last me for 1 month for July. Put it in I have lots of B6 folios. I could put it in there. I could test it out for 1 month and just see, like, is this something that I could stick with for any length of time? because when I did my Planner Perfect, I didn't have all my information in there. And maybe that's kind of what, that was part of the reason I just didn't have everything in one place. I still had all of my resources in my Rings planner. I didn't go to the lengths of making sure I had a copy of all the pertinent information in one place. In addition to the fact that I've needed more journaling space for the month of June, which I have really enjoyed. But again, the bullet journal, you can use as many pages as you want. And then any extra, you just, you know, you can pop down stickers or quotes or, you know, jumbo stickers or whatever you might, you know, want to use to fill up space if you feel the need to do that. But yet you're not limiting yourself. Like these monthly books from Planner Perfect, they're ideal for maybe someone who doesn't want to do journaling in their book, or they don't mind just one book per month. That's, you know, that's always, but there's not enough pages to do everything I would, all the sections I would need for a week inside here, because you only have, let me see, 14 pages in between weeks. 14 pages is not enough for me for all the things that I would need, all the sections I would need inside of just 1 week. So all things that I'm considering this week, lots of thinking about the whole thought process on a bullet journal, watching bullet journal setups and the creativity and the fun that goes with it. I don't know. If I could put a bullet journal system into Rings, which I kind of feel like in a sense I have, if I utilize inserts that allow me that the space for creativity, kind of like this day on 2 pages, would kind of allow that. And then maybe add a section for faith, add a section for journaling. Would there be space in 30mm rings? I mean, I already use up a lot of that 30mm ring space. It's possible. I know I've been watching Monique Smith, or Monique Plans, and she has put her system in a few different size rings planners to test out for, I believe, July. Don't quote me on that. You can go to her channel and find out for sure. She is testing her system in rings, some larger sizes, I think, like standard, which I love, standard rings. That's, you know, so that's something that can be considered as well. Because you can just add as many pages as you want in a rings planner also. So you guys, I know I've been rambling. If you're still here, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on and just kind of vocalize my thought process. I'm really kind of wondering what I'm going to do for One Book July. I really feel like I want to do One Book July, whether it's rings or bound book or what have you. I'll keep you guys posted. It'll probably be covered on my next video, which will be probably Friday or over the weekend. Because as we all know, next Monday is July 1st, so it's going to be starting, it's going to be on us very quickly. So I'll keep you guys posted. I look forward to any comments that you want to share below with if you're going to do One Book July, what you're going to do. If you have an Instagram and I'm not yet following you, please share your link in the comments. If you have a YouTube channel and I'm not aware of it, I would love to follow your YouTube channel, regardless of what kind of planners you use. I love them all. So please, let me know in the comments. And I thank you so much for being here. Again, if you enjoyed the video, or if you enjoy any of my videos, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you would. As YouTube content creators, we get analytics, and I would say a large portion, probably 60%, that watch my videos regularly are not yet subscribed to the channel. And if you would, I would so appreciate it. So everyone have a wonderful Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Bye.